Hello everyone and welcome. It's time for more Nioh and we're actually in like the last part of the game. Now I think we have like one main mission left. Probably gonna hit that after the next side mission because then we have everything up on because if you remembered, we just got our equipment upgraded last time. So what better time is it to actually, you know, start upgrading, you know, getting all the familiarity full, which is gonna be good. And now that I see that, do I still have some? Wait a second. I should have. Okay, Because if that other set piece of the Raven Wing set is, the Yatakarasu set, is a bow, I can with that Magatama, I could remove like the legs or an armor piece. I would still need to upgrade it again, but that shouldn't be the biggest problem with the Yatakarasu set. But since my reduction of pieces I need is -1, I would still have the full dragon armor set bonus, but also, again, if it's a bow, I need to check. A 4-piece Yatakarasu, which would boost my close combat damage again, which would be good.
I think you can do it with Warrior of the West.
What?
I think you can do it with Warrior of the West. I think that's kind of one of the meta choices to do.
Shit, you're right. Then I need to farm the Warrior of the West stuff though. Ah. That means, hey, is any of you, that's a katana build. Okay. Hayabusa stuff. Okay. Not you then. Another katana build. Have some Warrior of the West, please. Nope, Hayabusa. Ah, damn it. Ooh, more katana. Okay, now it's getting ridiculous. Okay. So my fucking game just closed. Good thing I had an NPC, have an NPC in this mission. That was, what the fuck was that about? But yeah. So yeah, actually Warrior of the West isn't bad. Also considering I have 2 Magatamas that reduce the set bonus requirement. I wonder how much I could actually squeeze out of that. Cause probably a lot. That would reduce it by like 2? So that would mean I could definitely do a lot with that. Because War of the West is good, yeah. So 4 pieces would only need 2 pieces, 7 pieces would only need 5 pieces, which means, oh my god, like I could fit at least 2 other set bonuses in if it works like that, which would mean like, shit, what would be good sets to fit extra into?
Warrior of the West.
I mean, yes, it's like, my point is, yeah, probably just stacking Warrior of the West then. Yeah, I was like, what weird mix could I do? But like, actually, I should do Warrior of the West. You're right.
If you look at what the bonuses are.
Yeah. I can probably make a very disgusting build to just wreck the final boss.
That's actually the thing that most revenants use. Because that's what most people use.
From what I see, most people just use a straight Warrior of the West build, but...
Then they're shit.
Well, I can totally see, you know, getting both Warrior of the West and...
Not like the most strongest ever, but top 24 is pretty good.
I can totally see, like, Warrior of the West has some great stuff, and if I can reduce that, the requirement a lot, so, yeah. God damn it, are there a lot of Hayabusa users here? I mean, I am also a Hayabusa set user, but I have two of this very rare Magatamas, so I'm currently looking into expanding out from Hayabusa set into the mixed stuff. Well, that one was just a weird build in general. Anyway, bum. Bum. Nope. No interruption. We must press on quickly, you say, but I see revenant graves. That is potential loot. Oh, Warrior of the West. Thank you. The fuck? Did this fucker have a different chess piece and then just the game decides to give me that? Ah, well. I think I can still forge Warrior of the West, so if push comes to shove, you know, I should have enough divine fragments to make it green. And the rest is upgrading, so yeah. Not the biggest issue, I'd say. Okay. I am almost at the next level. That means I will probably just chuck some soapstones. Interesting that there are soul stones and a soul stone. You might think that might be a little bit confusing, but on the other hand, 100% lost in translation. Oh yeah, we're at the beginning again. Okay. Well, let's see what awaits me at the very end of this one. Considering we did this one in reverse, you know, pretending it's a new level, which is, you know, kind of funny. Oh yeah, I've never been to that part. That one seems to be new. Anyway. Oh. Well, I guess they can just ignore shit. Really did this one in a nice choke point, so like, yeah. Okay, hey Claire, I'm just doing side missions right now because I know everyone is only trickling in. I have had one hell of a discovery, so we might be going into building another armor, at least 2 pieces of another armor set. Because turns out I have 2 Magatamas that reduce the set bonus requirements. And if that works remotely with like, you know, if that only works remotely how I think, then I can probably fit in like 2 pieces of Warrior of the West and have a 4+1. Oh hey, 5T! It was exhausting. Had to buy, you know, groceries and everything was full and... Okay. So let's check this whole area. This one is new. I think they added that one to the level. Don't remember that from the last time they had, in the last DLC they had this mission. It can be like I'm gonna make some nice dinner later after the stream. Okay, really, what is up with the camera and sometimes? So that's at least something, but like, at least, you know, well, oh! Oh, you know what? That's on me. I should have just... okay, let's work through this one again. Okay, actually I can just go over here. Wait, didn't I collect that? Anyway. Yep, that's true. And also, like, I finally have some energy drink again. Oh, it fell. That's so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna make a nice mushroom pan today. It's gonna be delicious. Yeah, I'm still pissed I don't have the one I, you know, always did before, used before. No, yeah. The new fight isn't hard. Why? Whoops, hey, there's you have to fight the new again at the very end. See how many use electricity, it was kind of foreshadowed, I would say, but yep. Anyway, time to finish up the Nioh. They spawn a goddamn ninja onion. Ah. How was your day so far? It's gonna be a bit more of a relaxed week this time. Like, if everything goes well, I will, you know, kind of finish up the DLC today. So Thursday is probably just gonna be, you know, wrapping up everything left of the game. I'm not even seeing. Where's my woo? Actually, you know, not gonna risk that. I'm not reading that, so can't really say anything about it. There we go. Just a bit more cautious and no problem. Okay. Anything down here? Nope. Nice. I got even a level up. Nice. But yeah. It's getting a lot. It's hopefully gonna be a bit more relaxed. I mean, okay. I think Thursday is gonna be another double stream again. You know, the whole they're showing off the Battlefield 5 multiplayer, even though. Okay, fun fact: since last Thursday, when they were like, "Oh hey, this is the game," you know, they just revealed the story trailer. The floodgates from China have been broken. YouTube has just been spammed with gameplay from the alpha, which is just like. Weirdly enough, they're currently spamming so much that I guess EA has just given up striking it down. But on the other hand, Temporeal, who came back from hiatus, and he should definitely switch platforms, in my opinion, like, oh, him data mining the Battle Royale map, well, that had to be striked. It's like, I know you will probably announce that one later, but come the fuck on. Saddest part I find is only that, yeah, so the only part I find a little bit sad about this is that, so far I only saw the port area of Nashar Canals being on the Battle Royale map, and like, here's the thing. Portal is apparently coming back, and apparently some maps are remakes. I still have my gripes with the class system, like, yeah, it's like, I do still think they should lock weapons, like, there's a long list. I can tell you why this is actually more positive, because, like, the whole debate is just like, you know, here's a long list of why this would help make the game healthier to have locked weapon classes, and what design opportunities it makes, and then the other side is just, no, it won't. Like, listen, buddy, I know you want to use all the weapons all the time, but that's not good design for a game. It's just bad. And, you know, generally I would say, like, stacking ammo and healing on the support and kind of leaving the, you know, assault just there, it's just like, it's just... It's gonna play probably still well, like the maps look good, you know, movement looks good, vehicles look good, and as long as, you know, the classes do their work, even if only 3 are really worth it, yeah, probably, it's still, I want to play it, I want to see it, and I'm gonna stream it, so, like, you know, if when there's an open beta, you will see me stream it, and we'll probably have an open squad for everyone who wants to join, but... Yeah, it's definitely like, but I can also say, like, the days are over, the old ones. Like, in the sense of, this isn't like the one big multiplayer game anymore. Most people have their Fortnite seasons, and now, like, who looks out for, like, a big standalone multiplayer coming out? It's just old people like you and me. And this is fucking the same castle again as... Anyway. Final DLC mission. Actually, I should go out again now that I realize it. Sanada, why are you still working for them? God damn it. Sanada, what the fuck? Anyway, first of all, I'm very sorry that you will see this. A cool cutscene, we will see it in a second again. Going out again. I wanted to do something before that. Yeah, the thing with, like, here's the thing, I would say. It's, the weirdest part for me is that, while I do think they get a bunch of stuff right with the new game so far, I feel like they never really expand on the really interesting ideas the series had beforehand, you know? Like, here's the thing. Let's just say, for example, okay. So Dakota should stay. So the thing I want to point out is that when we look at all of that, it's so wait a second. Okay, what? Okay, what can I expand? Dash endurance. Okay, running speed. Attack, damage reduction. So I guess legs and boots could be. Fall damage reduced. Who cares? Okay, so we are going in here. I can't. I could also build a Kingo armor, that's fair, but then I would need more centipede fangs. Oh, yeah, I don't have Warrior of the West, and so let's just actually lock all the stuff. Yeah. Wait, can I... Let's get the drink sword up a little bit more. Yeah, like the thing is, okay, what I want to say is they have some good ideas, but like on some levels I feel they are just regressing. Like, again, for example, the assault just being, oh, just pure damage focused frontline breacher. That's not a design. That's not what a class effectively does. That's an idea. And the thing that I kind of hate the most about it is I look at this setup, I look at what they made there, and it screams 2000s mediocre Battlefield clone. And I'm amazed that we are at this point, because the class system has been solved since 2142. I'd say Bad Comedy 2 did a few things, still a bit differently, but, well, still, there's no interesting innovation, there's nothing new. I'd say the best one they could just, copy-paste, in my opinion, would be, let's just see, either 3 or 5. Yeah, people can say what they want about 5. The class system spread was good. But, yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, but what if why should we lock the classes? Because then you can have multiple variants of weapons. Ever thought about that? Here's the thing. You put the Scar in the video game, okay? So the Scar technically has multiple variants in real life that are all slightly different. The thing is, if every... I think 5 has its own problems, but that goes way back to the beginning. But yeah, I like 5. I haven't played in a long time. It got around. It got pretty good. The thing is just, like... Oh, you have the Scar assault rifle. There's also a Scar DMR. There's a Scar carbine. If you have locked class weapons, every single class can have a variant of a weapon that is always slightly different but still has same characteristics, without you even thinking like, oops, do we have duplicate weapons in the pool? That is the most obvious, the most sensible, that's the most obvious downside of having unlocked weapons. You can't duplicate as much. Second of all, if you lock class weapons, you can have more weapon classes, because suddenly you can say, okay, this class has the assault rifles, this class has the LMGs, this class has the for example carbines, and this class has the sniper rifles. Cool. Everything else you can spread out. You can give like everyone like, okay, this class, for example, also has shotguns and DMRs maybe. The next one has maybe battle rifles and SMGs, and so on and so forth. It makes more sense. I just wanted to spell that out. And you also, on top of that, can give them more detailed stuff. Like even then you can make it so that, hey, look, engineers have a different set of attachments for their weapons than, for example, medics. Even if you both use battle rifles, every class can have different stuff. And again, I do think the two best classes you had so far were in 3/2142 and 5, because they have just sensible spreads. I have another one that probably is interesting that no one has thought of yet, but I don't know when I will talk about that in... yeah. If I will talk about that, because I feel like it's such an interesting thing to take, fix a lot of stuff people want with the series, and like, yeah, surprised no one has thought about it yet. But well, let's find Kodamas and finish this last main mission. We want to get to Hot UK. But yeah, multiplayer reveal on Thursday. I will probably write when I stream it. It's probably during the day again. So, yeah, nice open field. What do they put here? It's a Kodama. But yeah, I feel like. There's certain stuff, like, for example, people just take assault too literally, in my opinion. Like, they're like, oh, it's the assault. It should have... No. I do think the worst part we have is that some classes always stuck to certain names. It makes them recognizable, sure. But, like, I think that's bad. If we think of it as, sets of abilities, it makes more sense. And just would actually lead to much better understanding what you should maybe do with them. Like, for example, everyone's like, oh, the assault, is there to breach front lines, and then the only game where they might have had that ability to kind of do that is 2142. And I know this might make some reactions, but like, yeah, if you think about it, not only on all of them, but like, but you have like, those are with a shield, good for pushing. You have McKay with a grappling hook, pretty good for, circumventing things. Then again, we all know what happened back when they had unlocked in the beginning, and it still happens now. A lot of people just used McKay to just grapple onto a fucking roof and snipe. Yeah. Interesting how that worked out. It's like, McKay is like the main, no, don't do this, bad idea. I like the idea of a grappling hook, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. What do you want this time? Yeah. This fuck died to the... Oh! So yeah, that's just one thing I always would say. Tracking. Yeah, big F. But yeah, it's like, oh hey, we have, but then people are like, oh, but the assault has the assault rifle. No. Like, only in titles with modern settings, it had the MPs in 1. It had, you know, DMRs and yeah, rifles and such in 5, but like those weren't really assault rifles a lot of the times, are they? Yeah, that is okay. Here's the thing. I mean, ironically, they just keep doing that now, which is wild to me. But I mean, here's the thing. I have to. I do have to. I do have. Blech. I am of the notion that I do think, you know, specialist characters / hero characters in Battlefield can work, but, and this is the biggest but I can throw in, they would have needed to go much more out on them. And ironically, due to the same reason, as I say, classes should be locked. Because here's the thing. If you go, and you would be like, you know, not everything is free. They did in the beginning, it was stupid. If they do, okay, you have, you know, 4 classes, and literally do it just like every character has a gadget. So you can identify who uses what. Then also make it so that, you know, ammo, health, respawning and spotting are all spread on the other class. You know, also vehicle repair, etc. are spread onto that. Now we're getting into the interesting thing. The one part why I would say this could work is if you go hard on asymmetry, as in, you know, you would have, for example, 3 assault, 3 medic, 3 support, and 3 recon characters in one faction, and 3 different for each class in the other faction. You could make their abilities similarly-ish, but that would be the interesting part. That means, you know, not only has every faction would have different vehicles that would do similar roles, but differently, they would also have completely different sets of classes. You could then, you know, take that to the logical conclusion and, you know, be like, okay, see, on one team, the medics have the assault rifles. On the other one, it would be, you know, the assaults, and vice versa. Again, this is how it could work if you like really hammer in on asymmetry. But they didn't do that, so it was just kind of boring. And also, like, the class system was just, like, put back in, ironically, you know, in a way that I like. So, fun fact, actually, when the game came out, I had a discussion with a bunch of people, and I actually called that they could rework everything into a class system. And I basically nailed my prediction 99%. Now you're probably wondering, okay, what is about the last 1%? Well, that is the one part I didn't expect them to do, aka they didn't fucking fix the supports. Okay. As in, you know, I actually expected them to split up Irish. Did I just German again? Oh god. Yeah, this was like, you know, my point was they should split up Irish into like, you know, just having like maybe the wall, and you know, instead of having the wall and everything else, because it would just make more sense. But they didn't, I guess. Just because they, you know, didn't want to be like, oh hey, we can't, you know. Okay, basically the thing is, Falk had the medic pistol. Angel had, you know, oh, I can just throw the ammo packs. Okay, so I thought like, okay, they removed that from those because it's stupid and make them general items for the supports. Easy. And then they split up the fact that, you know, Irish had a wall and anti-grenade system. So the point was, okay, let's give the anti-grenade system to Angel. Falk would get the smoke launcher, and you know, all of them would have the healing stuff, and the ammo part would move to the assaults, which would make, you know, a lot of sense if you think about it. You know, then you had like, oh hey, the assaults would basically be Bad Company 1 again with their syringe. Yeah, but they didn't. So nun gut, dass wir uns dann verstehen. But yeah, it's just, this is one thing I would say they should have done, because it would have made, you know, just more sense, you know, just really back. But no, they didn't want to take the gadgets away from two supports, even though it was so utterly superfluous. And then it resulted in probably the funniest fucking blog post I've ever read, because, okay, no shit, what happened is, they were like, oh, now the class, so make it much more clear who can use what. This is something someone wrote, what I will now cite. So, if you see an Irish, you can be sure he either has ammo or health. And like, oh yeah, that makes it so much more clear if I have to take a fucking gamble. I'm going back. I have so much on Rita. I'm looking for some shortcuts here. Like, this just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean with just how the fuck did someone just not look at that and just be like, oh wait, that is stupid. That is just stupid. But here we are. Anyway, yeah. The game got better, but still. The irony is just, you know, now I look at the next one and the class system seems just to be like, someone looked at, you know, 2142 and was like, oh, what if we continued that? And like, why? Again, I do think they will lock the weapons, but like, I doubt there's gonna be a big plan on making more weapon classes. From what I, oh, Not really, no. Like, here's the thing. The irony about Battlefield is that the devs actually had, ironically, until this one, bigger freedom. As in, they could just do what they want. Oh, hey, look. Not a shortcut, but a hot spring. So, like, basically the thing about 2142 was, this was supposed to be a Battle Royale game. As in, like, also, the dumb part is, they wanted to make a Battle Royale game because one of the big things devs always have is they play something new, they like it, they want to make their own version of it. Even though, you know, if you just take just a moment, you might be like, wait, did no one ever ask if people actually wanted that? Like, influencers will say that, but no, that one was on them. They made the Battle Royale, and then they decided, actually, we don't want to make a Battle Royale anymore. We just reworked this into an extraction shooter. And, yeah, this one was on the devs, actually. Like, a lot of decisions in the past are on them. Like, for example, they also, you know, one day decided that, hey, the game that, how's it called? That Dice LA is making, yeah, you know, they're not making it anymore now. We're making the next one, and then it was like, but we only have 12 months to deliver. Yeah, fuck you. That was Battlefield 5. Which was also stupid, but, you know. Hey, Kodama! That's always the thing. Like, what can people actually do? Like, you know, it's always like, it's the publisher, but like, ironically, sometimes it's not. Yeah, it's like, oh, we can make a good Battle Royale. Fair enough. Like, I liked Firestorm, but like, hey, Firestorm was like the only time frame where they could have ever done anything, and yeah, that one was horribly mismanaged because they thought it had to be an offering inside of the game and not, you know, a freebie. That's the weirdest part for me because I keep hearing that and I'm just like, that train is so long gone. But the irony is, it's similar to that. It's just like, you know, devs play Fortnite, they play Apex Legends, and a lot of them actually think, oh, I want to make the next one. And to a degree, you just sit there being like, but who wants that? Because if you just make, you know, the next one, it will go into the list of, you know, the next one in the bin. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think there is room for another Battle Royale. The thing is just, and this is kind of crucial, I have no idea how this one will look like. Because the thing is, everyone thought, you know, for example, when Apex Legends came out, that what are you gonna do? There are already like 3 major ones, and not really a lot of people are talking about PUBG nowadays. Just pointing that out. Not that it's dead. It's just it says a lot, you know. Oh, hi. my god, is it... Goofy R enemy spawner. So, Maria can definitely use Amrita a lot better than British guy. I forgot his name. Kelsey? Cassie? But, yeah, it's just like, I do think there's room. There's always some room, but it needs to be Kelly, yeah. It always needs to be a good new idea. And the thing is, Battlefield people don't want a new idea. Also, hi bot and bye bot. They want a new Battlefield game. And I mean, just one that's focused on that. Like, you know the funniest part about that is, I don't know how I should spell your name. So 5T. So the thing is, basically, there are two mindsets in players. Also, hello. First of all, some always want to have their, game new. And like, okay, they like something, okay? For example, they like, wait a second. Brain. For example, they, play, for example, a MOBA, okay? And let's just say Dota 2 or something. Then they, then two things can kick in. First of all, they just maybe get a tiny bit bored. So their idea is that now, obviously, someone should make another one, of the genre they like. Oh, cool. Because, well, the other one, maybe it got a bit too popular, maybe they have some grievances. The thing is just, they do not want actually a new game. A thing that, might even... that might actually even sell, that people might want to play instead. They just go and want the same thing again. Just with different, visuals and different name, because, first of all, I do think most people do not have actual imagination of what could be better or what could be different. But also, yeah, they just want the same game again. They just do not want to associate with the game anymore. And the moment you realize that, so much clicks into place. Because, like a good thing I saw about that was remember when Epic Games tried to make a MOBA, Paragon? The forums they had were filled with people pledging them to make it more like Dota 2. Because a lot of these people did not want to have a new game, they wanted Dota 2. Similarly, if you now look at people saying, oh, Battlefield should totally do Battle Royale, how many of that are actual people, you know, who would like to have a, you know, Battle Royale game in Battlefield? And how many of that are now Warzone streamers who, you know, for better or worse, are just like, hey, if someone makes a game that is just Warzone with a different coat of paint, we might not have as much competition there, because then everyone splits. Also, you know, we have some kind of grievances, and we think a completely new game with billions of dollars on it will somehow fix that problem. Yeah. I'm not saying that these people, you know, are doing this, you know, out of evil terms. No, this is not how humans work. Humans are very simple animals. They just feel something and they think, yeah, that should probably be right. They never interrogate further. That's usually how it happens. But also, that's the same reason why, if we look back into the history of Battlefield, before Battlefield 5, all of these influencers were screaming, you need to have more realism, more groundedness, you know, less ammunition to make team play more viable, and then Battlefield 5 was that. Then afterwards they were like, no. We should have spread on the guns again. We should have, you know, we should actually go to heroes because that's the future. By the way, that's what people literally said. And we need 128 players, because if you don't do 128 players, the series will die for, you know, some reason. And then the next title suddenly has heroes and 128 players. And the thing is, this is all gut reaction. Yeah, they don't know. Like, the thing is, and I will be very blunt here. I think the Battlefield series is probably the best example of why we should keep reminding people that the full saying is the customer is always right in matters of taste. That's the full quote. And it's kind of important to recognize that, because the thing is that this means just, you know, a lot of, you know, when I look at, for example, people saying they want a certain modern aesthetic, I can get that, and I can also see what people probably also want in terms of general aesthetic. I do think, you know, 6 and 5 are actually good examples of kind of getting that right, because taste is about how things look. And on that part, yeah, I agree with that. Oh, come on, that is one of the few things, you know, and like, the point was, if someone wants to buy really gaudy shoes, or, you know, a really tacky shirt, that's up to them. This is what they want. But when it comes to everything else, they do not know. That's it. And everything we've seen so far is taking advice on design as gospel, because they should know, right? They don't know. Because people are, you know, players are consumers. A lot of them don't really think about the intricates. They have some aspects they might think about, but like really going into design, that's a whole different topic. And yeah, this is why we get people that just say we want this, we want that, and like, listen, aesthetically I can totally agree with you on so many points, because I'm gonna be honest with you here. I do think it has been totally overdone with skins and collaborations in so many games. I dislike that. And I do think if we... And I do think it would probably make it much easier. You know, it would also be like quite a good thing for the market to have a game that isn't that. Like, you're not gonna get, you know, people in... Like, you know, if you say, oh, hey, we're the ones where we, you know, don't do all the weird stuff. Well, that's probably gonna be pretty popular, I would say. Like, there is an audience for that. But, like, when it comes to design, no, people have no idea. They can say maybe some baseline stuff, like, you know, oh, hey, we want an urban map. And people will tell you that, you know, the one quote-unquote urban map they have in 2142, aka well, okay. Sucks and isn't an urban map. Yeah, when something is out, people can tell you directly what is wrong and what is not wrong. But beforehand, no, never. And I know, you know, you can say, well, hey, how much, you know, knowledge about design do you have? Fair enough when it comes to that, but like, considering, you know, I did, you know, especially GM TTRPGs and did a lot of stuff in that for over 20 years now. And, you know, from what I heard from a lot of people in the industry, that is design, period. I'm like, okay, I can say I know a little, at least a little bit, because that, you know, that fucking part was my goddamn hobby. I know a little bit about mechanical design. But yeah, yeah, we will see more on, you know, we will see a lot more on, how's it called, Thursday. So how does this thing actually work? Hello? That's the thing. And I would say it's probably gonna be a good game. I'm not gonna be like, oh, the game is dead on arrival. But it could be better. This is like just, you know... Like, the system will work. Let me just be clear about that. Okay. How do these crystals work? Because one just deleted itself. Huh? And they just keep spawning, like... I am very confused right now. Yeah, it's just the design is different and it's a lot more complicated. There's like there's so many knockoff effects. Well, I will say a lot of people probably do not think about in games. Like, for example, so as probably a lot of people, I don't know if you noticed that, but like Mario Kart 8 has been a bit dead, right, recently. Which is, like, they legitimately have there are problems of getting into lobbies online because, like, people stop actually playing, like, the one online game the Switch 2 has. But it doesn't surprise me because from what I hear from people and what I saw, the game kind of sucks. Ironically, you need to keep a lot of this is not even due to, you know, it's just a long list of knockoff effects in the design. Like, for example, if you go, okay, and you look at the individual parts, there's a lot of stuff where you could say, hey, this isn't bad directly. Like, for example, a lot of items that were basically they were 1-to-1 in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are weaker in World. They've been nerfed. However, they all feel more powerful. Which is interesting if you think about it, because, like, how does that work out? Where's the logic in that? And the interesting thing here is that it's this big knockoff effect again. Okay, now it just killed itself. Like, for example, basically the two tactics you have in Mario Kart is begging and front running. Front running is kind of self-explanatory. It's basically you drive at the front and you try to stay at the front. Downsides of that are kind of obvious. You will get usually worse items and you know, you will get worse items. That's one thing. And on the other hand, you will have well, other ones, people behind you will have better items to usually catch up. Also blue shell, but we'll get into that. So the interesting thing here is then begging is you deliberately fall back for 2 rounds, get good items like, you know, mushrooms and such, and then you, well, you know, use the shortcuts in the end to just get the win. Begging right now is just the strongest thing you can do in World, period. Like, it's the strongest tactic. This isn't even really a debate in that part. So, however, now, when you remember, I told you a lot of stuff is basically taken over 1-to-1, and it's also weaker, why is it technically then stronger? Well, because a few things changed. First of all, the item spread and what you get is still similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe before it was patched for the Booster Course DLC, and actually a lot of stuff was fixed with that DLC pack, like holy shit. The thing is just, first of all, you need to keep in mind, how do shortcuts work in Mario Kart? Well, 99% of shortcuts are going to be, here's a curve, and inside of that curve is a big field, just grass or so, which would slow you down if you drive over it normally, but you can boost over it. Shortcut. That's how it works. Now, the more tracks you have with these open areas, the more, the stronger any item that allows you to cross them becomes. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe started out with a bunch of those, actually. And World has a lot of them. So that's actually just means, okay, so the track design already makes it so that, driving in the back is pretty good, actually. Then you look into the next part and it's like, okay, so that's one thing. Next part they changed, which, on paper sounds good, but also, again, knockoff effects, is you can collect coins that increase your maximum speed in the game by roughly 5%. Now, slower speed cars gain more of a boost with, less coins, so it's like, and higher speed cars gain less of a boost, but all kind of equal out in the end. So that's kind of the thing. They just have different curves. The difference is, though, in 8 Deluxe, you needed 10 coins. That's not a lot, and you can, collect them. And also, if you get hit by something, you always lose 3 coins. Now, in World, you need 20 coins. So, suddenly, it's all more spread out. Now, there are technically more coins in the field. Technically. Because there are more items that grant coins to basically everyone around them. Now you can probably think to yourself, let me guess, all those items are in the back row. And yes, so meaning, in the front row, you will lose coins and you will never really get to 20 coins for your maximum speed, so you will be hampered. Meanwhile, you can pretty easily have 20 coins in the back, and a golden mushroom means you have a better turbo, meaning you can take all those shortcuts better. See how there are if just a few changes that immediately made in the overall picture a tactic that people just dislike. Like, don't get me wrong, bagging is just kind of part of the game. It is. People just hate it when it's basically the whole game. And this is how, this is how the 8 Deluxe fixed itself with the Booster Course Pass, because, for example, people were like, oh, the tour tracks are, not as high fidelity, etc. But interestingly, they didn't have that many shortcuts, because they were short. Also, thank you, Sarah. Hi. Just talking about design and knockoff effects. Meaning, the tour tracks and a lot of tracks in the Booster Course Pass actually lend themselves more to front running than bagging. Combined with, a slight tweak to where you get some items, so you can get some better items on the front and don't have this dark of a curve, means front running was something viable on more tracks. There were more tracks viable for front running, aside from, battling stages that more kart variations are viable. That's a thing. And the game balanced out a lot better. Now, there are still tracks where you can say, back the fuck out of everything, because they are just here's an open field, go wild. Kalimari Desert, for example, is just an open field, go wild. It's the bagging track of your dream. But again, you should balance both. And it's kind of like this, again, it's not what people thought about, because on paper, all the things I list to you make sense to make a balanced game But this balance always leads to the fact that you have, you know, kind of the same tactic. And this is why I always say a good game has some bullshit and also variation. And that's what lacks, a lot of them lack. Anyway. Okay, we have crystals. Let me just do this. Let me do... Oh, fuck. You get... What the fuck are you... Okay, so what were the crystals for? Also, really, they are making me refight those bosses? Okay. Who's next? Fucking... Anyway, let's get a level. How are you doing, Seraph? Hope you have at least a nice day. We're in the final mission, and I'm taking it very slowly because... Are you... Okay. I was already grocery shopping today, so that's that. But yeah, I'm gonna make some nice mushroom pan today. Okay, so I need to destroy the... Okay, that makes it actually a lot easier. Nice. Yeah, for us it's more like, you know, I have some, I started making more stuff on the side, you know, like, you know, just small dishes daily. You can, you know, we can usually eat them for like 2 days or so, like, it's fine, but like... Yeah, the point is more like, let's have some nice, I think I'm gonna make some noodles on that. Just something, you know, in terms of grain. Da, da, da. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here. I have my energy drink in and I'm just playing. So, should be doable today, everything. This should not have taken this much. So, yeah. Asshole? Traitor? Pick the reason. Like... Okay, yeah. The forehand ones are like a bit annoying. Okay, I think that is actually... Ooh, there's another hot spring here. Wow, that's generous. So I do think this might be the final boss, meaning... We're going all the way down again, everyone. Okay, so... Nioh, what do you say? You're at the final boss. Yes. But... Der Kodamas. It's late time to have dinner. You mean today? Yeah, I mean... I'm not that hungry, so, you know. Also, currently we are a bit in the whole, you know, eating some smaller portions always because, you know, girlfriend has problems, it just, circulatory problems, and so far having smaller portions spread out helps, which is actually pretty nice in my opinion. Okay, so not going to that shrine though, because okay, so, yeah. There's gonna be something in here. Also, found you. Hey, come back. Oh, toilet ghost. Noble dung ball out of the toilet. Yay. Okay, we have this one down. Oi! Yeah. Okay, so that's a shortcut? Okay, so let me check this area back here again. There are no more Kodamas here, no. Maybe I can see with some on the roof, but we will see. I just knew there was an area here, and I didn't know if it was like a good thing to go there or not, but there, okay, no Kodama here. Oh, no, no! Okay, I'm not gonna go back down there again. Well, that was a bit embarrassing. Anyway, I'm almost done, so. Let's do this, and, yeah. Let's see what that, final boss, big whoops. We fought Nobunaga. Is this Hideyoshi? It's fucking Toyotomi Hideyoshi, isn't it? Oh no, it's the fucking failed son. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, failed son definitely needs a beating. Oh, wrong. Ah, sorry. Now I just... Personal fuck up. Okay, let's do this one differently. The thing is, and I'm gonna be honest with you here, this guy sucks, and I don't think they should have made him a hard boss. There we go, fuck you. No, you're not. The one that had a claim was maybe Nobunaga, your father, and now Tokugawa, but like, fuck you. And then he exploded himself. He should maybe stop doing that. Hey Sanada, just why at this point? Why did he explode? That was curious. I am just quoting Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged at this point. Grandpa's just too cool. I guess he was full of Amrita, but yeah. Is this the final mission already? I mean, still, Sanada, just... Why? Oh. Listen, it's fine to turn your back on someone when they're full of shit. Like, you would probably go more down in history if you're like, hey, Tokugawa Ieyasu, you were actually completely right the whole time. We shouldn't do this bullshit. And Tokugawa Ieyasu would be like, hey, nice to have you on my side. Here's a lot of history books I'm going to write about you, how right you were. But I guess... It's still... Oh. Okay, that's... Muff girl! Muff girl! I'm very normal about the Muff girl. Just saying. Yeah, I didn't expect them to do that in this already. Yeah, but... Guess who's on your side? Tokugawa Ieyasu, you dumb... Good. Muff Girl is still a perfect design for Spirit Ghost, though.
Nioh will be there too.
Actually, I can go back to the shrine now. Also, hey, once my cat. Yeah, everyone. Always annoy someone from MasterCard or Visa. Look up where you can call in your country. I know this might be sometimes a bit hard because they're not in all countries, which should just cement you even more that they should not have any influence over what you can buy in your country. Just saying. But... Again, go and annoy Visa and MasterCard. Also, if you are on the server, One Smart Cat has a little bit of a benefit to if you actually do the time. If you have some proof that you bothered them. So go bother them and get some bonuses on top of that. You know what? When I can, I will also post at least that evidence that I did bother them, because because I do think two things. First of all, I know a lot of I realized one thing. A lot of VTubers currently were like, "Fuck people censoring porn. Let's post your porn." And like, you know what? That's good. I don't have porn. Maybe I should. So, you know what? What better way to? What better combination than bother Visa and MasterCard and do some porn on top of that. Because fuck him. Okay, so actually we are still defeating Maria now. But hey, Zanada's on our side. It took you long enough, my guy. Took you long enough, actually. Yeah. Also, Kodama! You know what? Maybe I will actually post multiple, so you can also make at least one Kodama, because I think everyone needs to have some good Kodama art at this point. They are very precious and important. Kodama! To Ninja Gaiden Man over there. Yeah, William is pretty tall now that I think about it. But like, Zanada? Okay, Zanada. Equal height. Irishman is not outranking the Japanese yet. Just for good measure. If I can smash, I will smash. Okay, now actually let's see who our boss. Okay, no boss. Okay, destroyed all revenant contraptions in The Last Samurai. You realize that fast, my guy, but... Also, can we acknowledge that this is the third rematch of these people? Second rematch, so like the third time we are fighting them. Now just as revenants. What is it with this DLC and just reusing them all the time? Like, I know this is story-wise, it's good for Zanada, but like, lol. followed in the underworld, just stay living. Like, okay, the thing is, gonna go somewhere, I guess. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, here's the thing. I always thought, like, one of the most logical things in terms of story for Nioh would be that, after the event, because Nioh, in the timeline, Nioh 1 is the last game. Nioh 2 plays before that, and way before that, from what I know from the DLC. And Nioh 3 seems to be playing all over the place. It heavily hints at the time travel story, but well, that's a thing. It's just like, one thing I always felt would be the most logical thing to do for, Tokugawa Ieyasu would be to give at least, like 10 clans or so from, the storyline here. For example, the Zanadas, who would definitely hate the Spirit Stones, to basically give them, like, special privileges, and that these clans persist into our current day, that their sole purpose is to seek out and destroy Spirit Stones all over the world. Because, like, Ieyasu hates them. And he's like, gotta make precautions that no one is gonna use them, even if I'm gone. And that would be kind of interesting to have as a, later game. Even though, especially that we know, half yokai exists, so it could just make sense for them to just, have half yokai in their family lines. Also, I am now actually going back again because I think I just didn't find the last Kodama in this level. What the shit? Oh, it's more up. I don't know. I kind of looked every nook and cranny. Yeah, I'm very sure I went through it already, so yeah. And like that, you play basically a descendant in one of those clans, and there's like a conspiracy going on that you have to defend everyone from. But yeah, this was always one of the most logical things, in my opinion. Hey. Oh, yeah, okay. Hot. And you just fuck off! I saw shit. Anyway, it is kind of funny how Maria is just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna turn evil woman into into monster, and you're like, okay, that's kind of hot, and then you just fuck off, girl. Also, I know this is probably just because they were like, let's have some historic characters and all that, but like, and hey, if we do another guy for the DLC, that might be boring. Still, two guys confronting two women being like, you are evil and have to be stopped. Demon Ninja, what? I'm not gonna make a big thing out of that because, like, yeah, you can read a lot of stuff into that. It's just funny that this is the setup they have in the end. Oh, okay. Wait. It just opens with... Time for the... I did want to say it, but yes. Whoops. I mean, we still need to meet Maria's ass, or they're gonna do like, to be continued. Nice. Okay, this one was cool. Cool that they still pushed a nine-tailed fox in. That was missing. I mean, isn't this continued actually in the Nioh 2 DLC from what I know? Or is Maria like the big overarching villain of the whole series now? Yes! It's kind of funny how she's like, I'm gonna end this war, and like, girl, Tokugawa already did that. What is your problem? I haven't played Death Stranding yet, though. Finished Nioh 2, Agonia finished Nioh 2, but not the DLC. Why did you play 6 gacha? Okay, why would you play 1 gacha game, but why 6 at the same time? Honestly, the only gacha I'm remotely interested in is like Arknights because it's a tower defense game and I really love the art design. That's it. That's the only reason. But even then, I'm not playing it. Like, I gotta have enough time with Battlefield on my for that. I have games, not slot machines. Women hot though. I'm just saying. So yeah, where's Maria? Like, I feel like they're actually gonna make her to be continued, and then they decided to make a whole different game with. What? We have Ragnarok Online, which is basically better gacha.
Also, it's free gacha.
Oh yeah. Shadow the Hedgehog is also asking this. Where's Maria? Okay, that one is perfect.
You haven't thought of that one yet?
No, it's just like, where's Maria? Dun, 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 dun. Everyone, I think we actually beat every single main mission in Nioh. What? It's somewhere. It's cutscene.
More will come to this country in search of our return. Perhaps even another Spanish ninja.
Cat clock! They're pulling out the cat clock one last time! Okay. Everyone, we finished Nioh. Like, the main stuff. We still have a few side missions to clear. Gonna still do that. Almost. But yeah. Everlasting Duty and the Grand Turn. Yeah, yes. Wait 1 second. I need to take care of something. There you go. Here's your little electricity line so you can read more gay shit on the internet, my little gay girl. Hope you have good lesbians on the web. Okay, I'm back. Nioh complete-ish. Yes. So, time to do the side missions, I would say. We have a few here. The Master Ninja. The Hayabusa clan wishes to face the famed Golden Samurai in combat. Oh! Master Ninja theme song. Okay. So actually, let's start with all the... We have everything here. Time to do some more side missions. I will probably finish them up next on Thursday because, okay, here are two things. Either I'm finishing up stuff now and I'm in half an hour I'm breezing through everything, which I don't think so, or we will just finish that on Thursday because I am intent on starting Nioh 2 on Saturday because I do know all of you would love to probably be there for, you know, well, just the character creation. There we go. I mean, I don't know. If you're wondering, yeah, I sometimes just say cringe stuff like that. Hey, relationship's already 11 years, so I don't think Gonia has a problem with me doing some cringe from time to time. Considering she's very much grinning now, I take that as an agreement. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I thought so. I feel like a little bit of cringe is always helping, you know? Yeah, that sucks. Actually, let me just check. I'm plus... That's a plus 5 one. Yes, please lock that one. Plus 5? Yes, I'm locking that. Also plus 5. Oh, wow. Actually... Yes? Please give me a Dragon Sword plus 6. I am ecstatic about that idea. I mean, hope you can find some time to read some Yuri. Always very enjoyable. I found kind of an like, okay, Agonia found a very cute manga recently, and like, I mean, I have to say I do think she kind of has like this she has a pattern of stuff she likes, so you will like, if you see some recommendations from her, it will usually include, well, some traumatized girl and another girl that helps her. I wonder why. That's just kind of her thing. Also, everything on plus 6. Wow. Yeah, it's just a bit funny, honestly. Just like, I wonder where that came from, but yeah. I mean, yeah. I do think everyone just kind of keeps working through their own problems, so like... Okay, you know what? We still have money. Let's actually go really fucking out with this one. Am I going maybe a little overkill? Oh, I misjudged. Which means I'm gonna lock you and, yeah. So, next region. Kinky region. Oh wow, we've been here a bit. 2 in the shadows. Yeah, the thing is just this whole, okay. Okay. Maybe I'm just overdoing it. Let me just do this a bit simpler. Yeah. Yeah. I hate that he throws Makibishi. It's just like, oh yeah, you know what? You don't look to the ground one time. Fuck you. There we go. Whoop, another mission done. Whew. Actually, doing some good progress here, like, damn. Okay. Another rematch? Title Okotsu Dominator. God. Yep, they really threw a frog in at the end, which is... oof. Okay, also, yeah, I have the title Okotsu Dominator, like, oh, damn. That is just very funny. Okay. Now all the missions are done here. Misogyny unlocked. Oh. I don't think it wasn't intended to be that, but yes. New title, Wave Peter unlocked. It's not wrong. Okay, so we have all side missions here. Good. It is now okay. Okay. I don't know. It's the rematch mission, but you know what? Be thankful. Be thankful that he was here. Else this mission would me just beating up the female yokai bosses again. Team Ninja. What the fuck are you doing in Japan? I mean, maybe this was just kind of a different yokai that was summoned. Who knows? Who can tell? Shanti, I love how all of the side missions currently unlock caps lock for you. Okay. I will just say the fuck. This is a clusterfuck of vision. Oh my god, no! Not the mini hitbox. Honestly, the Nioh and two Tengus, that is evil. That is genuinely an evil mission. I mean, yeah, you know what? Maybe John Dee just went onto vacation in the Japanese afterlife. Who knows, Claire? Like, let him be after he's dead. What can he do? I mean, honestly, if you're stuck in the Japanese afterlife, that actually makes it really hard to escape. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't remember that it's a nice place there. He doesn't even kill Dito. Just blinds him. Right, he just blinds him. I don't know what he's doing then in Japan. Maybe he just took a trip to grant him eyes again. I don't know. It's just, I mean, this game was inspired by Bloodborne, so it has an eyeballs gloosh. There we go. Data's guys are down. So we have 5 more minutes. I'm getting hungry, so I will now probably say everything else we will do next time. Don't worry though, we still have a few things to do. So damn, this means I have Tohoku done. Let me just check here. I forgot to do this mission. Stuff we can do next time. Yeah, we have some more submissions in the Umi region. So this will definitely take a little bit. Yeah, Siege of Osaka has 2, so doable. And Sama has, well, they have a bunch of end stuff here, so that should be where we're going next. But everyone, I do think we have, oh, technically I could still hunt for Kodamas. Yeah, that's true. Okay, actually, do you all want me to find all Kodamas in the whole game? Because then this will be a little bit longer. If I don't, go in, just find them all, and then just leave the mission again. That is no. This is up to you. I will do the side missions. I will, and if you're like, no, Nia, you should be in. You should bathe in all hot springs, and you should find all Kodamas. I will do that. Period. That's just up to you. Then you must hunt all Kodama because they are Kodama. Well, I guess that is my life now. Time to hunt all the Kodamas. We will see, okay? I mean, already did like a bunch of stuff here. There are 2 I want to save for next time. This one will just take a while, I suppose. But yeah, otherwise Tohoku region is done. I know I have also everything in there. Sekigahara is missing 1 here. So the Sekigahara region is missing exactly 1 Kodama. Actually, let's just grab that Kodama. That is just a fucking Gacha Kaduro, and then I can wipe that off the list. I think I need to find 1 more hot spring I didn't find yet. But yeah. Oh yeah, go get those groceries. So, I didn't go into this direction last time, so time to find Kodama? Okay, disconnected from network. Yeah. There he is. Everyone, the last Sekigahara Kodama. Yeah. We have all the Kodamas in Sekigahara. Yeah. Okay, then let's just kill the Gasha Kaduro, and we have this one thing down again as well. Oh yeah, right. I probably need to... No. What is the way around here, actually? I forgot. Oh well. Okay. I was too aggressive, but also, goddammit, the monitor was just over. Okay, so I probably took a very wrong path the last time. This one makes so much more sense, actually. How the fuck did I do it last time, then? Okay, lock on. That was... Oh, come on. That was certainly an interpretation of what I wanted to attack.
You done soon?
I'm not getting what you're saying.
And stop playing.
I can't.
You can run away.
Wait a second. I'm just very quickly ending this. Anyone understood what Agonia said? There we go. Okay, what did you say?
Are you done soon?
Yes, I'm done in a second. I just wanted to get the giant skeleton fight, Kodama, and I have it, and I killed the giant skeleton just for good measure, and this means I'm done.
Good.
Because you're hungry?
Because it's after 0.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that much overtime. It's just clear some things up I can clear up, and the problem is finding Kodama wasn't a problem. The rest was more like, how the fuck do I maneuver this level? But it's done. It's done. Agonia must be fed, yes. I'm only giving her the best food, as you should do. You know? Oh god. Okay. Okay, in that regard. Thanks again for being here. Oh, okay. Sorry. One thing I just realized. I have 1 famed samurai's locks, which give me 7 samurai skills. Which is probably not much. Yeah, I should just do this next time. You know what we're doing next time? So first day, we're gonna wrap up all the side missions. Also, we're gonna get all the missing skill points, if I remember that, and gonna pump them into more attack damage. And then we will kill all the side missions. And get the Kodamas that was promised. So, yeah, the Kodamas have to be saved. But first of all, I need to feed Agonia. See you tomorrow for System Shock 2, because we're playing co-op again. Yeah. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful day ahead of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.